What if the first signs of dementia were already showing, but you didn't even notice them? Most people believe memory loss starts suddenly, like one day you just forget everything. But that's not how dementia begins. It starts quietly, years before diagnosis, hiding behind what seems like normal aging. You forget where you put your keys, or a word that's right on the tip of your tongue. You laugh it off, telling yourself, "Oh, I'm just getting older." But deep down, something inside your brain is already changing, and ignoring those small signals can lead to something far more serious. Today, we're going to uncover the 5 early dementia warning signs that most seniors ignore, and how to spot them before it's too late. These are signs your brain is desperately trying to get your attention. So stay with me till the end, and if you care about your brain health and want to protect your memory for years to come, make sure to subscribe to Golden Life Health, where we help you live sharper, longer, and stronger every single day. The truth is, dementia doesn't begin with memory loss. It begins with small, almost invisible changes inside your brain. Tiny chemical shifts, reduced blood flow, and silent inflammation that slowly affect how your neurons communicate. The first warning sign is something most people never associate with dementia. It's a subtle change in personality or mood. You might notice that you feel more irritable, anxious, or unusually sad without any clear reason. Maybe you used to enjoy watching your favorite TV shows or talking with friends, but suddenly you just don't feel like it anymore. Doctors often call this the emotional fog of early dementia. It happens because the parts of your brain that control emotions, especially the frontal lobe and limbic system, begin to lose balance. It's not you being moody, it's your brain asking for help. Sadly, many families miss this sign, thinking their loved one is just feeling low or tired. But when emotional dullness lasts for weeks or months, it could be the very first red flag that your brain's chemistry is changing. The second early warning sign is something we all joke about, forgetting small details. But it's not normal when it starts to happen more often. You might forget a friend's name, an appointment, or where you placed your wallet even after trying hard to remember. These small gaps in memory are not just aging. They are early clues that your hippocampus, the memory center of your brain, is struggling. In the early stages of dementia, this part of the brain begins to shrink slightly, making it harder to store new memories or recall recent events. You might remember things from years ago perfectly, but completely blank on what you did this morning. What's worse, many seniors try to cover it up. They laugh, change the subject, or pretend to remember because deep down it's frightening. But recognizing this stage early can actually slow the progression of dementia if the right steps are taken in time. Nutrition, oxygen, and mental stimulation can all help heal your brain's memory cells, but only if you catch these signs before they deepen. The third early warning sign is struggling with simple daily tasks that once felt easy. It could be something as small as following a recipe you've cooked for years or balancing your checkbook. Suddenly it feels confusing, frustrating, or overwhelming. You may start to rely more on others, saying things like, "I'll do it later," or "You go ahead, I'll just watch." This happens because dementia affects the brain's executive function, the area responsible for planning, organization, and problem solving. It's like trying to drive a car when the GPS suddenly stops giving directions. You know the road, but everything feels uncertain. Most seniors dismiss this as just being tired, but what's really happening is your neurons are firing slower due to inflammation or poor blood flow. Scientists have found that early dementia can even affect how you perceive time. Minutes feel like hours, or you lose track of what day it is. That confusion can make simple routines feel strangely difficult. But here's the good news. The brain is still plastic, which means it can rewire itself. Simple habits like learning something new, playing word puzzles, and even listening to music you love can reawaken sleeping brain cells and strengthen your mental wiring again. The fourth early warning sign often appears at night. It's changes in your sleep and alertness pattern. You may find it harder to fall asleep, or you wake up several times through the night for no reason. Some people even experience vivid dreams or start moving or talking in their sleep. During the day, you feel more drowsy, your focus drifts, and you struggle to stay alert. What's happening here is deeply connected to how your brain cleans itself. While you sleep, your brain uses something called the glymphatic system, a natural cleaning process that removes toxic proteins like beta amyloid, the same substance that builds up in dementia. When your sleep is broken or too short, this cleansing system can't do its job, and over time, those toxins build up, clogging the brain's pathways. That's why sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. Seniors who ignore these changes often accelerate brain aging without realizing it. Creating a nighttime routine, dimming lights early, and avoiding late caffeine can help restart this cleansing cycle. In fact, many doctors now believe that consistent, deep sleep may be one of the strongest natural defenses against dementia, stronger even than medication. The fifth and final early warning sign is something that most people never connect with dementia. It's difficulty finding the right words or following a conversation. You might know exactly what you want to say, but the words just don't come out the way they used to. Or you find yourself pausing mid-sentence, searching for simple terms like cup, door, or friend. Sometimes you forget what the other person just said or lose track of the conversation entirely. This can be incredibly frustrating, not just for you, but also for your loved ones. It's easy to confuse this with normal aging, but when it happens frequently, it's a clear signal that your brain's language centers, the temporal and frontal lobes, are under stress. Neurons that once fired instantly now take longer to connect, like weak signals on a damaged wire. The person may start withdrawing from conversations out of embarrassment or fatigue, which only makes things worse because social interaction is food for the brain. When you talk, listen, and engage, you stimulate memory and language regions. That's why staying socially active is one of the best natural protections against dementia. A simple chat with a friend, joining a local group, or even calling a loved one daily can keep your mind active, sharp, and emotionally connected. The human brain thrives on communication. Silence, isolation, and fear only make it weaker. Now that you know these 5 early dementia warning signs, mood changes, memory gaps, difficulty with simple tasks, disrupted sleep, and language problems, it's time to understand one powerful truth. Dementia doesn't happen overnight, and it's not an automatic part of aging. Your brain has the incredible ability to heal, adapt, and even regrow new connections, a process called neuroplasticity. Scientists once believed that brain cells couldn't regenerate, but now we know they can. Every time you feed your brain right, move your body, get restful sleep, and challenge your mind, you're training your brain to resist decline. Foods rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and B vitamins, like walnuts, blueberries, spinach, and fatty fish, act like natural brain medicine. Regular walking improves blood flow and oxygen to your brain, clearing toxins and sharpening focus. Even gratitude and positive emotions help release chemicals that protect brain cells from stress. So don't ignore the early signs. Treat them as a wake-up call from your brain, asking you to care for it the same way it's cared for you all these years. The earlier you act, the more control you have over your mind, your memories, and your future. There's one more thing that most people overlook when it comes to dementia: stress. Chronic stress slowly poisons the brain. It floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that damages memory and shrinks the hippocampus, the part of your brain that stores information and controls learning. If you've ever felt that your memory gets worse when you're worried, anxious, or overwhelmed, that's not your imagination. Stress literally steals your mental energy. Over time, it makes it harder to focus, remember, and even make decisions. That's why daily relaxation isn't just self-care, it's brain care. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, prayer, spending time in nature, or even listening to calm music can lower stress hormones and help your brain repair itself. And don't underestimate the power of laughter. Laughing increases oxygen flow to your brain and releases endorphins that keep you mentally young. You see, preventing dementia isn't about doing one big thing. It's about doing small, consistent things every single day that protect and nourish your brain. So, my dear friend, if you've noticed any of these early dementia warning signs, memory gaps, mood changes, poor sleep, or difficulty finding words, don't ignore them. This is your chance to take control of your mind before it's too late. Start today. Eat clean, move daily, rest deeply, and most importantly, stay connected with the people who matter most. Your brain is the engine of your life. Treat it with love, patience, and care. Remember, prevention always starts with awareness. And if you found this message helpful, do one small thing for your brain right now. Hit subscribe on Golden Life Health and join our growing family that's learning, healing, and aging gracefully together. Because your golden years deserve a golden mind.